How do we implement a 32:1 multiplexer using 8:1 multiplexer? So let us see how we can do this design. To get all the other videos in digital electronics, make sure that you click on the I icon and also go through the playlist of digital electronics. So coming back, since we have 32 inputs, so let the inputs be I0 to I31 and there is a single output Y. Now we need to identify the number of select lines. So therefore n equals 32, which happens to be the number of inputs. And to get the number of select lines, how do we calculate? We have already seen that. So m equals log n to base 2. So 32 can be written as 2 power 5. So it's going to be log 2 power 5 to base 2, which gives us 5. So therefore we need 5 select lines and they are S0 to S4. Right? So now with this, here is the table which I have already written. So there are 5 select lines S0 to S4. So therefore the combinations would vary from 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay? So if you have 5 zeros, here, then I0 appears in the output. If I have 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, then I1 appears in the output and so on. And then if I have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, then what happens? I31 appears in the output. Now is it possible for us to implement a 32:1 multiplexer using an 8:1 multiplexer? Yes, it's possible. Now let us try to observe this truth table here. Now if we do observe the truth table, what do we identify? Now we identify that for every 8 combinations, the 3 LSB bits S0, S1, S2. So here they vary from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. Then again 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. So again 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. And then again 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. Okay. Now for these 8 combinations, what happens to S3 and S4? So for these 8 combinations, S3 and S4 remain the same. It is 0, 0. So here let me call that as, so let this combination be called as Z1. Here S3 and S4 is 0, 1. So let this be Z2. And for the next 8 combinations, I have S3, 4 being 1, 0. Let this be Z3. And then of course for the last 8 it is 1, 1. So let this be Z4. Alright, so it's very clear here. So we find that these values remain the same. S0, S1, S2, 8 combinations, 8, 8, 8. So now let us draw the 8:1 multiplexer. So we need 4 8:1 multiplexers. So it's very evident there. So I have 4 8:1 multiplexers. So these are all 8:1 multiplexers. So for the first one, the inputs vary from I0 to I7. The next would be I8 to I15. And the next would be I16 to I23. And then you have I24 to I31. So you have 8 inputs. And to select these 8 inputs, you need how many lines? Definitely I need 3 select lines. And what are those 3 select lines? The 3 select lines are nothing but S0, S1 and S2. Right? So these 3 select lines are S0, S1, S2. So they remain the same for all the 4 multiplexers. So again here I have S0, S1, S2. And then here I have S0, S1, S2. So these are all 8:1 multiplexers. So I have 4 of them. So this is an 8:1 mux, 8:1, 8:1 and 8:1. And of course we have outputs. So you have one output here, another output here, one output, one output. So now what happens? Let's assume that I have any one of these 8 combinations, the first 8 combinations. For the first 8 combinations, which mux should be enabled? So any one of these 8 combinations, I identify that S3 and S4 is 0, 0. So for Z1, S3 is 0, S4 is 0. So it has to be S4 bar, S3 bar, isn't it? And for Z2, it's going to be S4 bar, S3. For Z3, it's going to be S4, S3 bar. And for Z4, it's going to be S4, S3. So this is what happens here. So let's assume that I want to select, let's say I1. So if I want to select I1, I must have 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So in that case, these 3 mux should be disabled and only this should be enabled. And this mux should be enabled if I get any one of these 8 combinations. So what do? I have the enable input. So if I have the enable input here, so let this be the enable input which is used to enable the mux. So this mux has to be enabled only when S4 and S3 are 0, 0. So let me draw lines here. So let this be S4. I need S4 bar. Then I have S3. Then I have S3 bar. So when do I enable mux 1? The first mux, I enable the first mux when S4 and S3 are 0. So here I have S4 bar, S3 bar, both given to an AND gate. So now this is 1, and that is given to the enable here. And what about the next one? It's going to be S4 bar, S3. So I have S4 bar and S3 given to an AND gate, and that is connected to the enable here. And then S4, S3 bar. So S4, S3 bar, AND gate given to the enable. And then here S4 and S3 given to an AND gate, and it's enabled here. Alright, so now what happens if the input is 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, then this is disabled because I have a 0 here, 0 here, 0 here, and I get a 1 here. So only this mux is enabled. Alright, so S4, S3 is 0, then I have 0, 0, 1. So 0, 0, 1, so I1 will appear here. So the outputs of these 4 multiplexers are connected to an OR gate. So since they are connected to an OR gate, what happens? Whatever appears here will appear as the output Y. So this is how we can implement a 32:1 multiplexer using an 8:1 mux. So one of the most important thing what you need to remember is that from the truth table here, you identify 8 input combinations and you identify the commonness. So we find that the first 8 bits of S0, S1, S2 remain the same, and S3 and S4 is 0, 0 for the first 8 combinations, 0, 1 for the next state, 1, 0 for the next state, and 1, 1 for the next state. So I can use this data to enable these mux. So I make sure that when S3 and S4 is 0, 0, only the first 8:1 mux is enabled. When it is 0, 1, the second mux is enabled. When it is 1, 0, the third mux is enabled. And when it is 1, 1, the fourth mux is enabled. And of course, based on the inputs of S0, S1 and S2, that input will appear at the output. So therefore, this is how we can implement a 32:1 multiplexer using an 8:1 multiplexer. So do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and press the bell icon to get notifications of further uploads, and thanks for watching.